morning, everyone. Yes, this does in fact say the best son ever on it. Thank you, Mom, for the cup. Today, I'm just going to show you off all the action figures that I got in the month of January / the last week of December, because a lot of them were bought with Christmas money, but we're going to call it January anyway. But before I get into that, I just want to say thank you for everyone who watched and enjoyed the day in the life of a realtor video that I put out. I know it's not my usual content. I know you're all here for the action figures, and there's like that one guy who's like obsessed with this Captain America shield, and I promise I will get to a video one day for you there, bud. But obviously real estate is my career, it's a big part of my life, so I wanted to put that out there, just in case. But enough of my boring job that you guys probably have no interest in. Let's get to the toys, shall we? As I mentioned, a lot of these were just bought with like some Christmas money, a couple of gifts were from my partner, Allie. But let's get into them, and I'm gonna start off with a figure that I have always wanted from one of my favorite movies of all time. Please don't at me in the comments. Armored Batman from Batman vs. Superman. Like I said, one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't care if it's not a popular thing to say. I love that movie. I love this design of Batman. I love Henry Cavill as Superman. And I love this action figure. I did used to have the Hot Toys version of it. I got sold years ago to pay some bills. And now I have this, which is not the same, but still a lovely piece to have. And then sticking with live action superhero movie characters, I picked up this Jane Foster Thor from Thor Love and Thunder for 13 bucks on Amazon, because how could you not? Again, another unpopular opinion. I actually really like that movie. I think it's just as good as Ragnarok, but no one agrees with me. I love the Jane Foster comic book story of her becoming Thor. It's actually one of my favorite comic runs. So to see it in live action on the screen was like a really big deal for me. And like, I thought they did a good job with it. And like for 13 bucks, I'm gonna pick it up because it looks pretty rad. It does have good articulation. I do not like this big rubber cape, but what are you gonna do? And then sticking with female characters from Marvel movies, we picked up this Spider-Gwen Marvel Legends figure, and I get them all confused. Is it Beyond the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, Enter the Spider-Verse? I don't really know what movie it is. It's from the second one. She's awesome. I love the colors of her hair. However, I wish they had given her a bit more of an expressive face. She's a very vibrant character in the movie. She has lots of energy and personality, and this face just doesn't portray that at all. And then because I transitioned really well from each figure to each figure, sticking with cartoon character figures, we picked up the Jakks Pacific Groundskeeper Willie, like completely on a whim. I did get a whole bunch of the new Jakks, like 2.5-inch figures. You can kind of see them on that shelf right there. Didn't really have any plans to get into the 5-inch line, but I randomly picked up this Groundskeeper Willie because he looked really good in the box, and they had all of Wave 1, so like Bart was there and Homer and Otto and Willie. And I picked up Willie really for no other reason than I just picked him. And I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty disappointed by it. And that is not to say at all in any way that this is a bad action figure. It's a great likeness, it has great articulation, it has a really awesome accessory with the bagpipes, but it didn't fit in with the old vintage World of Springfield line quite like I wanted it to. So here is 2024 Groundskeeper Willie. Here is 2003 Groundskeeper Willie, and like the size difference is quite a bit bigger. I think his bagpipe is maybe hiding that fact. So let's take that out and we'll put them side by side again. So you can see like this Ripped Willie has a lot more size and girth to it. Even though they are basically the same scale, they don't feel like the same scale in my hand. Another example, we'll put Groundskeeper Willie with one of the kids from the school, and like Ralph should really be coming up to here and not the shoulder, you know, so it's didn't quite fit the way I wanted it to. So instead of continuing with the 5-inch line, I'm just gonna put my Simpsons focus into the vintage Playmates line. And speaking of that vintage Playmates Simpsons line, Allie, my partner, as a post-Christmas gift, she found it on Marketplace like 2 days later. For 40 bucks, she got me all 4 of the B-Sharps. So if you're familiar, Homer, back in the day, had a barbershop quartet with himself, Barney Gumble, Apu, and Principal Skinner. This is such a wild, wacky thing. These were all exclusives to, I want to say KB Toys, but I don't totally remember. Editing Bevan here, they were actually mail-away exclusives, so you would like cut off like the UPC codes off the back of the figures, and you would mail them in from a specific wave. So like, I don't know, Series 12, you would buy 4 of the figures, cut off the proof of purchases and like $10 or whatever, mail it to Playmates, and they would send you one of these. And so they did that 4 times to get this whole set. Pretty cool idea. Wish we still had stuff like that. But they did all come in box, all complete, and I love them. They're so awesome. They're such a great little corner of the shelf now, and it's like not something I was like clamoring for, like, oh, I need the B-Sharps to have a complete collection. But like now that I have them, I did need the B-Sharps to have a complete collection. So that gets me 4 steps closer to a complete World of Springfield collection. I am still really far off of that. I have maybe 20% of the line. Okay, and this is the last couple things here. These were both presents from Allie for Christmas, and this is just one piece out of the 5, but they're pretty fragile, so I'm only bringing one over. But she got me these awesome 3D printed 3D Pokemon cards. They're all in grayscale, so this is the Charizard, obviously. So he's popping out of the card. It does have all the text. You probably can't read it on the screen there, but he's popping out. He's doing a fire effect. There's fire effects down here as well. So I got Charizard, Pikachu, Squirtle, Charmander, and Bulbasaur. And they came with little stands, so they stand up on the shelf, and it looks really awesome. But speaking of Charizard, me and Allie recently got into watching a ton of Pokemon card YouTube content together, and I've really done like a deep dive and brought her in with me, so she's like super into Pokemon. We both started collecting the cards again together, and so for my main Christmas present, she got me this, it was a Pokemon card box set. It was this Charizard statue and I think like 10 packs and a couple promo cards. But yeah, this thing is a killer. So that is what I got for Christmas / through the month of January. I'll probably do a February one. It won't be as big, obviously, but my birthday is coming up here. What's the date today? It's a week and a half from now. It's next Friday. So if you want to give me stuff to put in my February haul video, hit me up in my DMs on Instagram at Bevan Boychuk, and I'll give you my address. You can send me presents if you want. That's all for today, folks. Hopefully it's not a whole another month between this video and my next toy video. I promise to try to do better. Well, I'll try to try. It's a Simpsons reference, just in case you didn't get it.